Hi everyone, John and Valerie are here, and we are ready to
Hello.
live stream. I apologize for the delay. If you're here,
Hi
please say
everyone.
hello.
Valerie are here, and we are ready to
Hello.
live.
Is that? Oh, I think you have the video unmuted without. Are you wearing earphones, Valerie?
I'm wearing earphones.
Oh, is it? Oh, I wonder why we're getting that feedback. Hmm.
Are you still hearing it? Because
No, it's good now. It's
I
good.
usually turn the volume down on the video
No, it's
so
good
that
now.
I don't hear the echo.
If anyone's here, please say hello. Ask your Sibelius related questions. If no one has any questions, I have a few ideas of what we could do this evening.
I will go ahead and say that no matter what Mr. Pasternak says, any promises of pizza shall be on his own dime and not mine.
there is a long-standing rule that whoever is the guest on the live stream must buy pizza for everyone watching at Midwest. That is a long-standing tradition. Sorry, I had to hide my screen there for a minute. I'm having problems with my website, and I had to fix something real quick. So, all right, we're back to Sibelius. If you're watching, please say hello. I'm going to make a quick announcement. I know a few people told me they couldn't make it tonight.
Well, John, you would be impressed because I have uh, my husband's MacBook that I'm using, and then I've got my MacBook to the side so that I can also just kind of like when you're showing us how to do things, I feel like I would learn
By
better if
doing
I
it,
do
yeah.
that. Well, doing that at the same time that you do. So I've got two MacBooks set up to be used.
I just got my new Chromebook in the mail today, and I love it.
You did.
Yes, I love it.
That's really exciting. Let's see if I can make a post on Facebook and invite some people really quick so they don't miss out on all the fun.
All right, well, I'm gonna start doing. I told Valerie, I'm gonna try. I was on a walk earlier today, and I heard this march by John Philip Sousa, and I figured that I would start inputting it, so you can all see kind of some of that, and I would describe how to input it while kind of sort of doing it. Let me find it, and I'll put the score over here, and then I'll leave a. There it is. It was there the whole time. I just couldn't see it. There's
I
just.
hate when that happens. I do that all the time.
It's always right in front of me. All right, so here it is.
It's always in the last place you look.
I mean, it was there the whole time. Cool. All right. So the first thing that we need to do is we're gonna kind of not use this exact same instrumentation. We're also not going to, or have to get rid of some of the stuff, like redo some of these things like the siren. We're going to basically make this for a middle school band. I thought that this would be perfect. So obviously things like this are going to have to go. So let's do that. So first thing we're going to do is go to add remove instruments, and we're going to set up our score. So this is for, let's say we'll make this a grade 2. So we'll have some flutes, oboes, 2 clarinets, bassoon. Where's the bass clarinet? Of course, not right where I need it. There it is, bass clarinet, bassoon, and then we need alto, tenor, bari. Okay, on to brass. So here we need at least a horn. We'll change the order in a minute. 2 trumpets, trombone, euphonium, tuba. Now we need to add some percussion. As you can see, Sousa did not write for much percussion, so we end up getting a little bit creative in the making this for middle schoolers department. So we need to add 2 percussion things here. This will be for snare drum, bass drum. This will be for cymbals, and then obviously we need a siren. If you haven't heard this, go look it up. I can't play it due to copyright stuff, but go listen to it. It's a really fun march. You'll be able to hear it once we get it entered, kind of, sort of. You won't hear the siren, but you'll get the idea. It's fun. I need to. I'm gonna put some glockenspiel in because there's no other like chimes or anything. So normally for that, I would just do that. And then we need some tuba, or I'm sorry, timpani. We're going to make the tubas play the timpani part. With key. And we're going to put the timpani below that. No, we're going to put it like that. Okay, cool. Sure. So let's see what this did, because this it obviously said it couldn't fit for whatever reason. So layout, let's see what it did to the page size. It made it tabloid. We want letter. Margins we're gonna put at narrow. No, we'll put them back to standard. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything off the bat? Yeah, there's a couple things we need to do bracket wise and stuff off the bat. So normally we would see, as you can see here, like even if you did the Sousa bracketing, there's different schools of thought for bracketing. We'll kind of try to keep true to the Sousa bracketing here, and you see that I'm literally just clicking them and dragging them to where I want them. So then we have like low brass and high brass. Now you'd say, but what about this? Because these are new. We go over to notations, and we just tell it we want another bracket, and it'll put it over those 3 since I selected the 3. And then we just click and drag there, and ta-da! Same thing kind of goes here. So we're gonna do upper woodwinds. Let's see. The Sousa does this a little differently. So we're gonna get a little creative. We'll do that with the bassoon, and then we'll put the saxophone separate. So here, just so you can all see, I've been, I told Valerie this, I've been doing these kind of Sousa marches for a while. I usually just use one of my pre-made templates for this. So I don't really remember how I made them because I just been using ones I've already done. So I'll show you one that's already done so you can see, and that'll help me kind of remember how I did the brackets for these. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Compositions. Here they are. And so this is the Liberty Loan, and so this is how I would do the bracket. So I'm actually gonna put this next to it here and kind of use this for my bracketing because I will forget otherwise. Now there's a way that you could do, so say for example this, you could go here to layout, go up here to house style export, I'm sorry, not import, export, and then we could say marches, hit OK, go over here to layout, appearance, import, find marches, hit OK, and so it'll take a lot of the settings. I mean, the brackets are still wrong, but at least it kind of saved us some time. Like the fonts are now right, the spacing of the fonts are now right, the sizes and stuff like that. So it looks overall a lot more like this than it did before. So here, notations, brackets. Okay, cool. So, to sort of make this a little bit better and a little nicer, as you can see, the saxophone part of baritone saxophone is getting eaten alive. Let's see what I did to the first page on this one. Okay, I put the saxophone part underneath. And that'll help. There we go. Cool. So then we need to remember to put our numbers in here. I usually put B flat clarinet 1, not clarinet and B flat. So we'll copy and paste that over here. Except no, we won't because the fonts change size. So if you see, the clarinet 1 is a little bit smaller. So it should be an 8. And it is a 6.9. So 8. Oops. Select 8. There we go. Now it should be the same size. And then we can do this. Put a 2. And down here, I usually, as you can see, do B flat trumpet 1 and B flat trumpet 2. So we'll steal these. And then we need to remember to make this an 8. And then we'll steal this and put a 2. Okay, so now those should all be good. Now, you would be tempted to move on, but you got to remember to always do your short abbreviations and make sure that they're uniform. So these are the abbreviations I usually use. And you can see that it shrunk this again. So this is what I like about using Sibelius is it's just nice, and it's, you just double click what you want and it'll do whatever you need it to do. We can then hit period. Oops. Why is it not? There we go. A sax, T sax, and then B sax. We're gonna now copy and paste the clarinet things here. We need to make this part, oops, and 8. This needs to be an 8. Now we'll copy and paste that, put it up there, and change this to a 1. Cool.
I thought you should never copy and paste.
Yeah, it works sometimes.
Never say never, right?
It works sometimes. And then we usually change this, as you can see, to mallet percussion. And then this is 1. And then this is 2. And then we need to go over here and percussion 1. And we'll change the instrument labels here. So today our goal is we're just going to set up the score. We maybe won't necessarily enter the volunteers today. But you know what? We don't really have to do, because these should be set up already. The percussion. They should play right, because we copy and pasted. Yep. We copy and pasted the things. So that's pretty much set up. So we'll enter a little bit here, and then we will call it a day. So let's enter just a little bit. Oh, so here, no, we actually do have a little bit more setting up to do. So to get the title and stuff to work, so we got to go here to the text styles here. Let's go here, title, click there. Now what I usually always do is I hit \, money sign, there it is, and then I click title. And what that's called is a token. And you see that it goes away, but if I go over here and I type the volunteers, I'm trying very carefully to not look foolish and misspell the volunteers. And then composer, John Philip Sousa. Is Philip with 1 L or 2?
I think it's 2.
Nope, it's 1.
It's 1?
Yep.
I was wrong.
Yeah, I sent a arrangement of one of these marches off to somebody with 2 L's once. Talk about a whoops. Oopsie, I can't spell my own last name, let alone John Philip Sousa. So I'll show you how to get these in there right in a minute. So the volunteers are here. We got to make sure we add March underneath as a subtitle. So we can copy and paste that, but it won't show up. So here, we got all this filled in. Usually I'll fill all that in before I do this text stuff, but I just wanted to show you what happens to it. So now we need to go here to text, go to styles. We want first to add the subtitle, which is probably right in front of my face. Yep, right there, of course. \, money sign, subtitle, \. It'll now say March. And if you want to edit these fonts, so if you go here to no, you can edit these to, like, but as a whole. So, like, now that'll be italic. So, but you just basically enter or change the token. So we're going to demonstrate that here in a second with composers, because the composer's name will be bold. So we'll do, I did Control B, change it to bold, \, money sign as soon as I can find it, like usual. Composer, \, then we do enter. We hit italic and turn off bold, \, money sign, arranger, money sign, and now that's all filled in. So that is how you get all that in here. This is hidden. We just hit Control-Shift-H, and it's unhidden. Now, the copyright, we could do the same thing. The measure numbers, I have these set from my template. So what we do is we go here to, let's hide that for a minute. We go to bar number, oh, not that, just kidding. The little arrow here underneath. And we can change everything here. As you can see, I usually put this after the clef, below the bottom staff, below the bottom staff. These are the settings I use. Show on the first bar of sections, meaning bar 1 here, it's going to show it. Hide at rehearsal marks is always good. It kind of looks sloppy to have them on rehearsal marks. Um, and show range on multi-measure rests, I usually always do. So then we hit OK. Everything is there. Now, these still look a little small. Oop, and these are not correct either. And you see I'm just clicking and dragging underneath them. Like I get the little box and drag them to what I want. So this needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's make it around an 18. Actually, it could be a 17. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, let's say I want this to look a little bit more uniform. There's kind of a random number of measures on each page. We hit Control A, we go to Home, Plugins, Make Layout Uniform, hit 6 is what I usually do, except you don't do what I just did. You have to make sure you hit Do Not Break Pages, or else you saw what happened. It basically just puts 6 measures systems on top of each other. So now you see that it's nice and organized looking, and it looks nice that way. Now you can see, oh no, these are looking all right. They're not colliding the brackets. Good. Cool. So now the volunteers is in 6.8, I think. Oop. I do believe it stays that way. Now I use the large time signatures. I'll show you how to set those up in a minute. So we hit T, we hit 6.8, and you'll see the large time signature appears. This is in E flat, so we'll leave it there. I think it's a good key for the age level we're looking at. And now it's in E flat. Now, if we want to change the time signatures, we can go here to appearance, I think. Yeah, engraving rules. We'll go to time signatures. You see there's these different ones. Film score also has time signatures that are nice. I mean, I think they're pretty much the same that I just had, except this is wonky. Down here at the... Oh, no. That's from how I have it set up. So here, I'll show you how to make those show up in the tempo too. So here, let me get the tempo in here as well, because I'll show you how to get these all set up, and I'll even with these rehearsal marks, because they're not in the right spots either. So tempo... Oops. Here. So we'll type march tempo, quarter equal, or I'm sorry, it should be dotted quarter equal. It's a big space, but whatever. We'll work with it. Actually, we have a solution here. We'll get rid of opus text and we'll do Times New Roman, which is what it should be. Yeah, it should fix it. And make it bold. Good. So now that we have this here, you see the rehearsal numbers, the time signatures, everything is kind of at the wonk here. Now there's a way to edit this. What we do here is we go to Styles. We hit the little arrow. And now we're going to look for... Now there's a couple of these that we're going to have to change. The first, obviously, tempo, or time signatures we can do. If we go to vertical position, we go to some stabs. We'll go top and second position. What these are going to do is they're going to go on what are called system object positions. Oh, which we also don't have set. So if we go here and go to appearance, system object positions, you see the reason that they're down on percussion 1 is it's set as a percussion or as a system object. So now you see they're on what is called 1, 2, and 3. So if we turn off 3 for time signatures, this time signature shouldn't show up down there anymore. So back to text. Styles, the little arrow underneath. Time signatures. Edit. Vertical position. What am I doing wrong?
I think percussion was still selected. Was it?
It is, but it's okay because we're supposed to be turning it off there. Oh, I'm in the wrong time signatures because I selected, I think they're on huge. Now vertical, now we can turn off these, and now it should show. Yeah, see, now it went away. So that's that's a Sibelius problem. You have to make sure, even though we were clicking time signatures, you have to click the right one. We're on huge. even film score, you would have to do the same thing, but you have to do the one that you chose. So if you're clicking regular time signatures like I was, and you're confused, that's probably why. You have to make sure you're clicking on the right ones. So now we have to do the same for tempo and rehearsal mark, because you see tempo and rehearsal mark are also wrong, and we have to do it in a couple other categories. So tempo, right above it, same thing. Just leave it on 1 and 2. Okay. You see that it went away down here. Rehearsal mark, edit, vertical position, turn it off. Repeat DC, we need to also do that. So edit, vertical position, and turn off all of them but 1 and 2. So I think that's all of them. I don't think there's anything else that we really need to mess with. So that gives us kind of, you see the rehearsal marks, we'll get rid of this, but you can see that now that that's good and cleared out. Cool. Anyone have any questions? Or Valerie, any questions?
I'm kind of following some of this. I know that just so that you kind of can keep up with the momentum of things, I'll have to go back and watch. But I am working with you in Sibelius, and I've learned even just I didn't realize you could move the bar lines like that between instruments and stuff. But I'm probably gonna have to go back and rewatch how you did those time signatures because I missed some of that.
Well, here
But
we'll go back and I'll show you real quick. So if you go to styles, the little arrow. I'm sorry. No. I skipped a step. Appearance, engraving rules. You have to pick the time signatures you want. So you could do film score or huge. Huge has a different setup. I mean, you could do film scores will basically look like these without having to edit things. I think my huge time signatures look like this because I edited them to look like this, and it came from the template I copy and pasted. So if you hit film score, yeah, it looks very similar to what those were. But you see we also now have the bonus one down here in the percussion. So if we go now to text, and we go to styles, little arrow down, time signatures, film score, edit, vertical position, and we turn off 3, 4, and bottom. Now they're basically the exact same thing as they were.
that's pretty cool.
Well, I think we're going to leave this episode here for today. I think our score is set. So next episode, we'll try entering a page, and we'll try to get through the first strain in the next episode. And we'll kind of focus on some educational parts of maybe some of the arranging process as well.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And I'll be able to do some homework because I can kind of start putting some stuff in too, and so that I'm a little more ready and prepared for all of your wonderful recommendations.
Well, we'll be here. So, and that'll be next Wednesday. Hang on, I'm going to quickly type in Glockenspiel before I forget there. Always, 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 always label. And timpani, I'm going to guess. It's usually always 1, 5, and 4 is what I do. So E flat, B flat, and 4 is A flat. Oops. Which should be here. A flat. Oops. Oh, it's going to use the wrong font. All right.
There you go.
Well, that'll be it for today then. And we will work on this more starting tomorrow.
You mean next Wednesday?
Yeah, next Wednesday. Don't mind me, as I have no idea what day it is today.
Well, tomorrow, everyone needs to tune in to your
Composing with Lori.
Lori, who is always right.
She is always right. That is a true science fact. Oh, and you dabbed, so the stream can end.
I did.
All right, Valerie. Well, let's say goodbye to everyone. I think it'll be mostly future watchers watching. So if you're
Yes.
watching in the future, thank you for tuning in. And Valerie and I will catch you later.
Yes. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.